Today on Uncommonly Good MTG, we're back with a mono green deck from the Platinum Mythic list over at Magic GG. This thing looks like it's got some nice, some nice card mechanics that we've seen before in mono green, as well as the introduction of quite a few cards from Wilds of Eldraine. Is this the unholy mono green messiah that we've been waiting for? Stay tuned to find out more. Hello and welcome to Uncommonly Good MTG. I am your host, the 7-time heavyweight Twiddlywink champion of Turtleneck, New Jersey, Dr. Yukon Socket. Yes, thank you. Filmed for a live studio audience. Thank you so much. Yukon Socket. Word to your mama. So I'm broadcasting to you once again from my secret underground headquarters, and I'm bringing to you a deck I found over on magic.gg off their Platinum Mythic list, Mono Green. I was trying to determine what we should name this thing. We should call it Mono Green Ramp, Mono Green Midrange. I didn't feel it was quite rampy enough to be mono green ramp, but it was sort of rampier than mono green midrange. So I decided we're just going to call this thing mono green. It pretty much exemplifies a good, solid mono green in the current meta. All right, so what we're going to do is we are going to take a look very quickly at what these cards do. Then we're going to talk a little about how this deck should work. And then we're going to go out and crush some hopes and dreams. So let's go quickly as we can. All right. Mana creature, mana artifact, lots of mana creatures. Mana creature doesn't really, makes all you guys, I don't know what this guy does. This guy does crazy things for this deck. Not even crazy, but stupid things for this deck. I guess goes and gets you more mana with the number 2 ability, maybe. When creatures come out, they get 2+1/+1 counters on them, provided that they have a power of 3 or 2 or less. If they have 3 or more, then you draw cards instead. So, cool. This guy will, when he comes out, mills 3 cards, and you return a land from your graveyard to the battlefield tapped. Land creatures, such as the Dryads put out by Awaken the Woods, get +1/+1. And the activated abilities of lands you control cost 1 less, which means Mr. Foundry will cost you 1 less. Boseiju, that one shouldn't matter, because we're casting that one. This guy will go get you some more lands. So you can see there's a lot of ramp going on there. But other than that, he's a 6/6 trample reach, which is always space awesome. Plus, he can become a saga that has a bunch of effects with distributing, basically going getting more dudes, putting out a bunch of popo counters, and then getting everybody in fights. Gruff Triplets is super cool. Trample 3/3s, you get 3 of them. And then anytime one of them dies, the remainders get like tons of popo counters on them. Virtuous Strength, if you can put out the full 7, it'll triple the amount of mana produced by your basic lands. For a single one, you can return a creature or land from your graveyard to your hand. So you got a little bit of recursion there. Titan of Industry has a Swiss Army knife of various effects. Destroy target artifact or enchantment. Target player gains 5 life. Create a 4/4 green Rhino Warrior. Or put a shield counter on a creature you control. Lastly, we got Nissa, who is the bomb as far as you put her out for a full 7, and then you can, for -7, which will kill her, all your creatures get popo counters for each forest you control and trample, which means as long as they didn't come out this turn, they will be racing in, and you have a ton of forests. Between these forests and Awaken the Woods all being forests, all those dryads, you might have like 20, like 10 points, maybe more on each of your dudes that are attacking with trample. That is so hard to get to stand up against. All right, so what are we going to do? We're going to be putting some dudes out, doing the best we can to keep ourselves alive, getting out tons of land, dropping our way into potentially putting out a tremendous amount of dryads, laying down the bomb of Nissa, and killing people. That's the plan. If that doesn't work, we got some other stuff going on. Let's hope that we can make it work more times than not. All right, so before we do, let's say our prayers and talk about what is best in life. Dear Black King Toxroll, who dwells within the dark chambers of my heart, please hear my prayers and grant your blessings as we attempt to crush our enemies, see them driven before us, and to hear the lamentation of the women. All right, we're playing against Sean. 350. Keep. All right, let's turn that bat off. Squeaky flying mice are not the way to go. Okay, the thing about black is that they're not really good at removing things in mass. So you just got to wait on Awaken the Woods till later. All right, let's go get some more cards. And that's it. What do we got there? 4, 5. All right, so what is Vorinclex going to do here? 7 counters, start some fights. He's just playing it like a jerk. All right, so I could get 5 guys out of the deal. And there they are. Fortunately, I have nothing to do with them, though. Jesus, people. All right, there we go. All right, win it for us, my friends. Win it for us, right there. In your face, Obliterator. In your stinky face. Negative 26. Suck it. All right, playing against Wise Old Man. Wise Old Man. So old, he wasn't around when they invented uppercase letters. Keep. Mowing the grass. All right, here we go. Oh, it's the horrible fairy. The one that looks at her fingers. That is so rude. Alright, prepare to get shot. Interesting, alright. No blocks. Alright, what can we do here? If I put this out, I'll be able to get something. Let's just do that. Let's go for the ramp. Tap treasure token. And I'll attack. Yeah, there we are. So what I got there? I got 1, 2, 3, 4. Number 5. You cost us 6. Here's a 6th one right there. Gruff Triplets is a great way to go. Don't kill me, man. Yeah, don't kill that. I kind of need it too. Alright, now I'm going to have to play the Awaken the Woods like a sucker. What do I got here? I've got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Coming out way too slow. What do I got? 3 on top of 4 at 7. I can afford to kill him. And yeah, we'll take it all, apparently. No tax. You could be our defender, my friend. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. Awesome. Taking the hits. I can heal myself pretty quickly by just putting a Titan of Industry, so let's just do that. 5 life and Rhino. Right there, baby. No, I don't want to do that. Keep it, keep it, keep it. I'm just being tricked into wasting a non-permanent land source. Quit looking at your crap. Thank you. And we win. That is so embarrassing. That is so embarrassing. Alright, playing against MrFaust. MrFaust, that's his name. What's his game? It's MrFaust. Alright, welcome to the jungle. Alright, we got this guy out. Nice. What are we looking at, though? This, we got 1, 2, 3, 4. So I can put out 2 Awaken the Woods here. Alright, there's the third one. That's going to do this. I can... Do I really have enough for this? Alright, let's do it. In your face, suckerfish! Yeah, I don't really care. Have a good time. Alright, Gruff Triplets. That's a lot of lands. Alright, no tax. These guys get swole the more that gets killed. Unless they all get killed at the same time. Well, that was dumb. I thought, oh, I need to put it out so that I can do Awaken the Woods and do all this great stuff with them. I mean, it's still going to be great, just be doubly great. It's kind of a waste of time. 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. Means I can play 6 of them right now. And we draw. Let's just get rid of one of those. There we go. Alright, lots of forests. Virtuous Strength. That's just mana. This is the guy that's going to win the game for us right there. Oh, he burns it again. 6, 7, 8, 9. Oh, this is way too much. Let's just get rid of the mana. 6 cards in, huh? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. All right, stay alive. Oh, sweet googly moogly. Am I going to mill myself? Let's just put out, I don't know, 5. Gotta get rid of 4 cards now. 1. Sorry, I didn't realize I was on that page. There we go. 2 down. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Whatever, there we go. I don't need 5. Alright, let's keep that guy then. What am I down to? 24. Okay. You gonna burn it again? You got a 4th one? And we win! In your face, Charlie Brown! Alright, playing against Chaos! Keep! Alright, we got a 2, we got some 3s, not bad. This deck seems to be a little slow. Oh, hello, I'm the Frost Princess. So these are our win conditions right there. Topiary Stomper. What are we up to then? We got 4, 5. That's fine, man. Okay, so I got 4, 5, 6, which means I can play this for 4 on the next turn. He's trying to rip me apart. Luckily, hopefully it's just 1 at a time like that. Alright, so I could put out 5, I think. Ooh, that, okay, I got enough there to potentially cast it. Because I just need 1 of them to be able to cast Nissa fully powered. He's just trying to go for it. He's trying to go crazy. He's trying. And we win! Snooze and Joe Chaos in your face. Alright, playing against Magy. Or is it magy? Not enough letters in there. You got bad breath. Okay, well, we can bring a guy back from the graveyard. These guys are going to be quite a while. That can kill an enchantment for me. What do I need? 2, so I got enough for that. All right, well, I'll have 5 here in a second. All right, so there's 5 mana. Which is I could play both of these. I'll lose 2 to do it. You got a second one in your hand? He's just trying to eliminate them. What are the things we have to go through to make this deck work right now? Alright, so now I've got 6 mana. We're going to bring back one of those guys. Just killing the other one. There's a big dude. You think he's going to go after Nissa? Oh, Jesus. All right, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Let's destroy that. Put out another horror. Slap it in for 6. All right, so yeah, we just pinned down that thing that was causing all that extra damage. Little squee kebab. I think we got lethal next turn. We got plenty of dudes out now. We can add +3 to each guy. Do it again. Oh, that's why. No, let's just choke it back for a second. Those 2 right there, that'll be fine. All right, there we go. I think he recognizes what was about to happen. There we are. Victory! All right, we're playing against Rübe. I don't know how to pronounce Zoom lots, so it's just Rübe. Keep. All right, we're playing first. That's a good place to be. I got to go for the mana, unfortunately. I'd like to put out the Gala Greeter, but then I guess I could put that guy, but it's like really slow is the problem. Yeah, this guy's going to town. Alright, here's going to be number 4. Got Awaken the Woods. That's 2 we could pay for. One, 2. All right, so we got 4. If we had 7, we could launch a Nissa. Right now, all we could do is put out 4 more guys. All right, put out 5 guys. All right, you're good to go. Let's see if he's willing to give up. Nothing. All right, so I think we got enough for the kill. Because it's 5 times whatever. And, oh, it's a lot more than 5 because these all count as the other. And we'll just have to lose 2 of them. I could waste... No, I need the 7. No, dude, I got you. You're dead. You're going to sit in the contaminator. That's whatever. And now's when you pee your pants. Potty pants! No math! No math! There we go. In your face, Rübe! Victory! Alright, so we're here with the Platinum Mythic Mono Green deck. I was trying to determine whether I should call this ramp or mid-range. This deck is just so mono green. It feels very mid-rangey to me, just because, sure, there's a little bit of ramp in the beginning there. It's just not a lot of ramp. So I didn't feel like calling it ramp. I'm sorry I'm hemming and hawing that so much, but it's a big deal in my line of business here, what we're going to call it. Anyway, so it's just mono green. Mono green. Was this a good deck? Yeah, it was a good deck. What can I say about it though? So it was definitely the kind of deck that had it was a very distinct way of playing. It was very like, you do this, you do this, you do this, and then you win, right? That's what it is. And what it was is that you built your mana base, you threw out a bunch of creatures, hopefully with Awaken the Woods. Possibly you would be able to get up to 7 so that you can use the Virtue of Strength to get out a lot of Dryads, a lot of them. At which point then you could easily throw out Nissa, turn them all into super green hulks and send them in with Trample. Right? That's what you were looking to do, is you're looking just to slam down Awaken the Woods and then put out that bomb that is Nissa, the Ascended Animist there. Yeah, that was it. And if you had to do something different, I don't know. The deck was okay otherwise. I think the thing that really attracted to me this deck was Gruff Triplets. Yet they didn't see much play, really. I mean, there's 3 of them in here. The deck did what the deck wanted to do otherwise. You know which card I really thought sucked the most? It was Wrenn and Realmbreaker. I wasn't quite sure what this had to do with anything. I mean, mill 3 cards, I use that a lot, and I went and got lands, so it's kind of ramp. It felt like there was better cards than Wrenn and Realmbreaker for what this deck could have done. That's the one card I was not super hot on. Irencrag, I'm not sure I really cared about this one either. Sure, I mean, it was the ability to put out a ramp because I could put out a colorless mana, on the same turn, so therefore it got me out a little bit quicker. But I'm not sure I really dug it. It didn't really seem worthwhile. All right, so let's see here. Who was the MVP? Who was the most valuable player? And I'm going to say it was Awaken the Woods. Awaken the Woods was the card that everything swapped on. It either propelled you into high mana category, or Titan of Industry, or Gruff Triplets, or something like that. Or it laid out the dudes you needed so that you can lay out a bomb like Nissa. Awaken the Woods really was the most valuable card in this deck. Pretty decent art, too. Good job, Brian Sola. All right, so let's see. Was this deck competitive? Okay, that's where we're going to have some issues here. I got this off the Platinum Mythic list. This is a competitive deck. That means it's up there, it's messing around, it's doing very well for itself. They didn't give me what a win rate was for it. But if it's on the list, apparently it does very well. My win rate for this deck, slightly over 50%. 50%. The reason why I can't calculate it is because there are 2 blue decks I just immediately gave up on. So I got 50% but there are 2 decks I didn't play. Let's do the math super quick here. I didn't want to do the math, then there I am doing the math. So if I got 8 wins out of 14 matches, so that's 8 divided by 14, 57% win rate. So it's 57%. That's not bad. It's well within what we consider competitive. I'm surprised it's Platinum Mythic. I always say when I play something that's like a Platinum Mythic, I'm always weirded out by how focused they are and not terribly competitive in my book. They do a good job of doing what they're supposed to do, and sometimes it pans out and sometimes it doesn't. I guess that's what, wins in tournaments or whatever, what people are playing in Platinum Mythic queues. I don't know. But you could feel it when you played this deck. This one was a fighter. It was big time trying all the time. And whenever it did lose, it lost for very specific reasons. Either because you'd gone second and the other one was going super aggro. You blew your bomb, which was going to look great, but they're able to pick off the 1 or 2 creatures you actually had. And then you had nothing afterwards, right? So, yeah, this deck has its way of doing things, and people who knew what to expect just saved the right cards and took it out. Because it's a little too obvious. There's no mystery here. You see the Awaken the Woods come out. You know that there's a Nissa in the background. You just got to be, able to handle killing off the number of creatures that are on the board, in which case Nissa amounts for nothing. All right, so was it competitive? I'm going to have to say yes, it is a competitive deck. It's competitive. Was this deck fun? Yeah, absolutely it was. The reason why is because for a ramp deck, there's definitely a lot going on early that I didn't feel like I was too ass to the wind about. One of the things I hate is when you put out Topiary Stomper, who is a great little card, except for the fact that he can't do anything until you got 7 lands in play. You have to have 7 lands, and that's a long way to go. You got to ramp like crazy. The good thing is that the Dryads count as lands. They count as forests too, which are fantastic. And so these guys really help to get your Topiary Stompers active, but they're just so ass to the wind for such a long time. I really like how the Tribute to the World Tree works when you throw out a bunch of Dryads. Basically, this whole deck works because of Dryads. So anyways, it works. There's a lot of things going on. This guy's not too expensive. These guys down here are pretty decent, for being rampy guys. That guy's a 2/2, which is good. So ultimately, it was fun because there was stuff going on early, which ramp decks a lot of times don't do. In the mid-range, there was good stuff going on. On the high range, there was good stuff going on. So all throughout the different parts of the gameplay, early, mid, and late, you had things going on with this deck. And it drove itself towards its inevitable conclusion. And you really didn't have to fight it too hard. The deck always provided. Sometimes you'd hang around 6 mana a little too much, and you were just dying for 7. Because that one's 6, but this one's 7, 7, 7. You could play this for less than 7, but if you want to get that bomb at the end there, you needed to play it for the full 7, unfortunately. That looks like a sliver so much there, not a Phyrexian horror. I swear all the artwork for Phyrexians looks like someone made slivers, as though it was supposed to be a sliver invasion, and they just said, let's just call them Phyrexians. Because they all look like slivers, every last one of them. All right, let's see. So was it fun? Absolutely. Was it interesting? You know what? I wanted to play mono green. I love a good mono green deck. I love Gruff Triplets. So that's why I said, let's play this because it's got Gruff Triplets, virtue of strength. What else we got? We got a little Blossoming Tortoise in here. So there's a bunch of new cards. A Bramble Familiar. That's another great one. So because of the new Wilds of Eldraine's cards in here, I thought, yes, this is an interesting deck. In reality, we kind of just played the things we normally play in this kind of a deck, which is Awaken the Woods and Nissa, Titan of Industry, and Topiary Stomper and Gala Greeters. I think the big secret, the thing that we really brought to the table was Virtuous Strength. Because being able to play this where your mana taps for 3 times as much really goes to crazy town on Awaken the Woods. And really gets you going on whatever you want to do otherwise. I kind of wish there was something else I could do with the mana. I mean, because the only thing you can pump it into is Awaken the Woods. I don't think there's anybody else that cared about an unlimited amount of mana. I don't see it in here anywhere. I mean, I guess being able to play Bramble Familiar, sure. You can go look for what you want and get it in play. I mean, that's the thing, is that once you got up to 7, you get up to Virtuous Strength, then yeah, you have all the mana in the world to do, and you should be able to win quickly. If you can't win after you get out to Virtuous Strength within like 2 turns, you deserve to lose. So anyways, this is an interesting deck in my opinion. Mostly because it's got some new stuff going on there. All right, so let's add it up. Was this deck competitive? Yes, check. Was it fun? Check. Was it interesting? Check. All right, there we go. That makes this deck an A+ deck. I mean, my only problem with it is that I didn't feel it was that competitive. But still, it is a solid deck, which is being played at the competitive levels. I'd say this one is definitely worth playing. So, as I'm required by federal law to say, this deck is so choice. I would highly recommend you pick it up, should you have the means. That's all for now. If you enjoyed this video, please make sure to like and subscribe. From all of us here in the secret underground headquarters of Uncommonly Good MTG, have a great day. In the words of my people, screw you guys, I'm going home. Bye.